Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Today we're going to go over the Gate.io Visa crypto card. If you're looking for a credit card to spend your crypto in your real life, this might be the option for you. We are going to go through all its main features and even further, because I will also focus on the tiny letters when you go into sign a contract, something like that. There's always going to be the tiny letters. So we're going to go and break it down, and I'm going to give you every little detail of information you need to have in order to use this card. Gate is a reputable centralized exchange, but if you are a regular here on the channel, you know my opinion about centralized exchanges. Yes, you can use it, but don't rely with it with all your money. So if you want to use this card, my very first advice to you would be fund it as you need and do not let the money sit there eternally, especially if you are considering to have big amounts of money deposited, parked on a centralized exchange, even in the case of Gate, which is a reputable one, okay? As the saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto, and that does apply to every centralized exchange. Alright, with that being said, let's go over all the main features you should know about the Gate.io to see if this is a fit for you or not. Now let me bring this to your attention. In the upper right corner of the screen, you'll see there's a Gate card box. If you click it, you'll see another card to choose, the Gate card Silver. You might be wondering what's the difference. Let's go get through it. So the Gate card Silver is especially designed for people in Argentina. You can see here they support binding your virtual cards to Mercado Pago and more digital wallets. This is a very popular wallet on Argentina, I believe. And if you go down under here on the FAQs, we see which country/region does the Gate card Silver support. And this is available to residents in Argentina. Very important detail here. Residence doesn't mean people born in Argentina. You can be born anywhere else in the world, but if you are a resident in Argentina, you can use this card, alright? So that's the main difference you should know. Regarding everything else, from what I've seen, both cards do work the same way. So let's go back to the Gate card, and in terms of regions, you might be wondering, okay, which are the regions that this card supports? This is very friendly for people in the European Economic Area. So if we go once again back to the FAQs, Gate card is available in most countries in the European Economic Area. Now, if you're wondering what countries are those, I got you. So you can pause the video and see if your country is here on the list. Regardless of your country being on the list or not, this only applies for the physical card. You can definitely use the virtual one right away, regardless of where you are in the world. The fact that your country might be on the list, for example, but is not yet supported, will only affect the ability for you to issue the physical card, issue and receive it for that matter. Although they are continuously improving and developing, and they aim to just expand to all of the countries here on the list very soon. And if we dive deeper into their documentations for the card, you can see that Gate users living in selected markets, and by selected markets they do mean all the countries within the European Economic Area, can apply for Gate crypto card. If you are not a resident of these markets, you are not able to get a Gate crypto card, at least for now, okay? Depending on when you're watching the video, this might have changed, since they are claiming to soon open to more markets, and if you are interested, you can join their waitlist first, in order just to get notified once your country is added. Now, before diving into all of the fees that you pay by using the card, let's go and check out the benefits for the Gate crypto card. Basic 1% cashback, so whenever you use it you get a 1% cashback, low fees and no annual fee. You know that with bank cards, at least the traditional banks, we pay annual if not monthly fees for just using the card. With this one you don't have to worry about any of that. Actually, the only, I wouldn't call it a fee, but something you need to pay for if you want the physical card is €10. That's the cost for you to issue the card and get a physical card. If not, you can always use the virtual one, which can be used as soon as you get approved for the card. So it's pretty much instantaneous, right? Now, new users do get a 2% cashback. Let's get into the details. So depending on when you are watching the video, I'm not sure if this welcome offer will be running. Probably it will, because I did a first video on this card back in 2024, and supposedly this offer was limited, but right now we are in 2025 and it's still ongoing. The period for this campaign is from September 6th to 2024. So this was the start of the campaign and it's coming to an end on March the 31st of 2025. Probably this will also be delayed, so they might come up with a new ending time frame. That is to be seen. I'm just potentially throwing that out there, but don't quote me on it. I'm just assuming that will happen because the first video I did, this ending date was not March the 31st of 2025. It was, I believe it was January of 2025. So they might be keep on adding new end dates in order to keep onboarding people to their card. Now, to be eligible for the 2x cashback, all users need to activate their card within the campaign period. For new users, 2x cashback becomes effective upon card activation within 30 days after card approval and is applicable to eligible spending in the first 30 days post activation. So you apply for the card, your card approval gets a thumbs up, meaning that from there on you can activate the card, okay? For existing users, these are users that are using the platform but they have not applied for the card. If you are an existing user and also activate your card within 30 days after card approval, then you'll get the 2% cashback on eligible spending in the first 30 days post activation. The way that the cashback rewards are distributed is by direct USDT transaction on your Gate.io account, and it's pretty much instantaneous. You pay with a card and your cashback is directly distributed after each successful payment or transaction, okay? To sum things up, there's 4 simple steps for you to get your 2x cashback rewards. Number 1, you apply for the card on the Gate platform. Number 2, you activate your Gate card as soon as you receive it during the campaign period. This is for the physical card, by the way, because you can get the virtual one right away after you get your card approved. While the physical one, they will have to ship it to you, so it's gonna take a little bit longer, okay? Depending on where your address is. But once your card is activated, you can start spending both in store and online, and that will earn you 2x cashback paid in USDT rewards, which, like I said, will be credited to your Gates USDT balance directly. Now let's go to the small letters that I told you in the beginning of the video. So there's going to be a 2% cashback, yes, but note that this is going to be 1% cashback with an additional 1% added on top, right? And this 1% additional cashback reward is capped at 20 USDT. Okay, so whenever that 1% brings you back $20 in cashback, it's capped, okay? So it's no longer paying you 2%, it goes down to the regular 1% cashback, okay? And by the way, the cashback rewards are not transferable. So this card makes use of the Visa network, so pretty much it covers 80 million merchant locations worldwide. So although the card is available to residents in the European Economic Area, you pretty much can use it worldwide wherever there is a Visa supporting merchant. You can use it for contactless payment. Now, one of the biggest benefits of the card is definitely the 7% cashback in hotels and flights. So if you travel a lot, this is probably the best option in the market. I don't know one that gives you anything close to this 7% rewards. Well, I shouldn't say rewards, it's actually cashback, but let's see in more detail how that works. So the card's cashback starts at the basic 1%, right? So this travel booking offers an extra 6% cashback. That will account for hotel booking and extra 1% cashback for flight booking on Gate card travel via Gate crypto card. That accounts for a total of 7% cashback and 2% cashback on hotel and flights. To make the most out of this feature, you need to follow this guide on how to make the booking via Gate card travel. So you go to this specific website, gateio.solartrip.com, and from here you can choose from stays or flights, and use the card just to fund your traveling. So here under stays, you can choose a city, region, or hotel. You can book the stays straight from here, and the same for flights. You can choose the location where you are taking the flight and also to where you are going to fly. Choose the departing date, how many passengers, if you want to fly economy, premium, business, or first. So this is definitely something you want to bookmark, and if you are, of course, someone who looks to travel a lot and you want to use the Gate card as a means of payment. I mean, 7% cashback, it's very appealing, I gotta say. So it's 7% on stays, 2% on flights. This is the breakdown of the cashback rewards you get with the card, okay? And even without the card, I mean, by selecting just Gate Pay to pay for your specific travel needs, you can get 6% on stays and 1% on flights as cashback. So pretty great deals there. Now let's talk about fees. So when you use the card, you are going to pay fees. So let's cover all of those things. The virtual card is issuance free, so you don't pay anything to get it. You only apply for it, you activate it, and it's yours to use. Your physical card, like I said before, it's going to cost you €10 for issuance. So if you want to get a physical card, that's what you need to pay. Crypto conversion fees when using the card are going to be, let's call it 1%. It's 0.9, but let's call it a 1% fee for crypto conversion. So the conversion fees basically are going to happen whenever you are paying something in fiat, right? You go to a grocery store, you go pay up for gas for your car, you pay it in fiat. But if you are funding the card with crypto, be it Ethereum, Bitcoin, or something else that is supported, that crypto needs to be converted. So you're going to pay this fee whenever you're going to pay a transaction, as long as you're using that crypto to fund the card, okay? No monthly card fee. There's going to be a very small €2 fee for card inactivity. This will only be applied if after 12 months, so one whole year, the card has seen 0 transactions. Probably this is not something that you will worry about, because if you're watching this video, you are likely going to use the card very often. Foreign transaction fee. So this is within Europe, but outside of the European Economic Area, right? So if you use the card for payments, it's going to be a 0.2% fee. So this accounts for countries within Europe, but where you are paying something which cost is not in euros. So it's still the currency of a country which has not adopted euros. If that's your case, even though the country is within Europe, you're going to pay a fee. If you go outside of Europe, of course, in that case, the fee will be 2%. So if you go to the USA, South America, Russia, somewhere in Asia, Africa, Australia, you name it, outside of the European area, 2% fee. Chargeback, €35. So chargeback is when you want some refund on something. It's going to cost you a fee of €35. So depending on what are you getting a refund on, probably it's not going to be worth it, unless if it's something with a value higher or much higher than €35. Card replacement, in case you lose the card and you want a issuance of a new one, €25. And now ATM withdrawal fee. So whenever you use the card to cash out using an ATM, you're gonna pay 0% if you are within €200 limit per month. After that, you start paying a 1% fee on each ATM withdrawal. So this is definitely not a card that you want to keep on using to withdraw money. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you. So this is all about the fees. Now, card limits. Max card balance, €25,000. So you cannot have more than that in your card. And the max single load is just the same, €25,000. The minimum single load is €10. Load limit, €25,000 per day, or 5 loads within a day, within 24 hours. If you are looking for a month, you can load the card up to $50,000 per month, or 25 loads in 30 days. If you're looking at a year time frame, you are able to load it up to a limit of €250,000, €250,000 per year. That's the load limit, all right? So there's mainly 2 ways that you can reach this limit, either by constantly loading it, which is limited to 5 times in a day and 25 times in a month, or the sheer amount of euros that you are loading. 25,000 daily, 50,000 monthly, and 250,000 on a year. The spending limit is just the same as the load limit. You can only spend up to 25,000 euros per day, up to 50,000 euros per month, or up to 250,000 euros a year. That's your spending limit, although you are also limited to a max purchase per transaction of 10,000 euros. There's also ATM withdrawal limits. Those can come in the sheer amount of euros that you are withdrawing or the amount of times that you are withdrawing. You are able to withdraw from an ATM 3 times in a day or 50 times in a month. If you're looking at a whole year, you're allowed to withdraw 500 times in 365 days. The monetary limit for your withdrawals on an ATM are 1,000 euros per day, 5,000 per month, or 50,000 per year. And one single transaction on an ATM is limited also to $1,000, which is basically the daily limit, okay? Now, also very important, let's talk about how you can fund your card and which crypto can be used to do that. Gate actually supports all cryptos that you have on your spot account for top up. So you can actually use any of those to top up the card. The minimum top up amount is equivalent to $15. After you confirm the top up, you'll receive that amount in euros in your Gate card. Also very important, you can only top up your card using the funds stored in your GateSpot wallet. Now there's also contactless payment spending limits. This is also important for you guys to know. So let's go through all of this. The maximum per contactless transaction is 50 euros. This is valid across Europe. And within one day, 24 hours, you can actually accumulate contactless payments up to 150 euros. In case you exceed the accumulated contactless payment limit, your transaction will be declined. For that reason, it is suggested to use chip and PIN transactions instead of contactless transactions if the amount is over 50 euro. Let's wrap this one with an example. If you are making contactless payments that total 140 euros today, and then you attempt to do another payment that costs 15 euros through a contactless transaction, it will be declined because the accumulated contactless amount would exceed 150 euros. If that is bothering you, you can reset the accumulated contactless amount simply by using chip and PIN for your next transaction. After you do that, you can resume making contactless payments. So you use chip and PIN, it resets the contactless to 0, and you can start it all over again, okay? Now, one of the coolest things about these cards is that you can also have the ability to manage them on the go. Gate has an app. You can install that app in your mobile device, in your phone, for example, and you can react to losing a card straight away. For example, if you happen to lose your physical card, you can definitely freeze it until you locate it. You can do that by using the Gate website, or you can also do that straight up from the Gate app. They even show you here step by step how to do it. You can also replace the card in case you definitely lost it or it has become damaged in any way that made it unusable. You'll have to order a new card, and remember that's going to come at the cost of 35 euro. But the same thing applies. You go to the Gate website or to the Gate app and you are able to locate the option for replacing your card. Now, if you're wondering about how many days it will take for you to get the physical card, the estimate shipping time can take up to 45 days, 1.5 months. I mean, probably it's going to take much sooner than that. And of course, it's going to depend on the postal services in your region to see how fast you're gonna get it. But I would say this is beyond normal, so 45 days in extreme cases. Now, we mentioned before that you can bind your Gate card to Google Pay, and that is as simple as downloading and opening the Google Pay app on your Android mobile device. Then you add the Gate card details to Google Pay. It's extremely simple. If you want me to do a tutorial step by step, let me know in the comments. And after successful binding the card, no PIN is required for purchases with a virtual card on Google Pay. Apple Pay integration will be coming soon. So if you're an Apple user, you can still definitely use the card, just not bind it still, at least in this point in time, with your Apple Pay account. How to apply for the card? Number one, you need to register or log in if you already are an existing user of Gate. If you're not, you can use the link down in the description. It's going to be my affiliate link, so you can register through that. I mean, if not, if you want to use someone else's link, just go for it. All good. Then you need to pass KYC and apply for the card. Once that is said and done, you can start spending. You get your gate card delivered and start crypto spending immediately. So in order for you to start spending immediately, of course, you gotta go and use the virtual card first, because the physical will take some time in order to be shipped and reach your destination address, okay? This is it about the gate card, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you. If you are an existing user of the gate card more specifically, you can let us know your experience, if you're happy with it or not. Let us know in the comments. It probably will help someone out. That's the whole point of the channel, allowing people to interact and sharing information with one another. So let us know of your experience using the card. I think this is one of the best, if not the best option out there for you to spend crypto, especially if you travel a lot. I mean, up to 7% cashback. It's a very generous amount. If you want to go get the card right away, use my link down under in the description. It's an affiliate link, but it will have no extra cost for you. It actually helps to support the channel. So thanks in advance if you do that. That being said, guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, like and subscribe. You know the drill. Share this with someone that might be interested also in the information that I shared. I'm going to wrap this one up. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.